I am going to vote, God willing, I am going to vote for Donald Trump. I make no bones about it. And my first vote was cast for President Ronald Reagan in 1980. And I was a Carter supporter because he was a born-again Christian. And then as the Carter presidency went forward, and I was a born-again Christian, he was a born-again Christian, I thought, oh, I'm really liking Jimmy Carter. And then he came out in full support of child killing, full support of Roe versus Wade. And I remember watching him in a State of the Union address when I was in my teens and just having a shudder go over me. Like, no, how can you do this? You say you believe the Bible. You say that you're born again. How can you support the killing of babies? My mom and dad were Democrats. My grandparents were Democrats. Came from a total Democrat family, and I broke rank with all of them. And I registered as a Republican while I was a Bible school student, and I cast my first vote for Ronald Reagan. And I was excited to do it. I was excited about the Reagan presidency. I watched every State of the Union address. If there was a news conference and I could see it, I watched it. Then I voted for Bush the Elder in '88. And then I didn't do it with excitement. And I was thinking before we started shooting, I have not been excited about a presidential election once the nominee was picked since Reagan. I was excited about Alan Keyes, but he didn't win. I was excited about Pat Buchanan. Didn't win. I was disgusted by McCain. Disgusted by Romney. I was, kind of sort of enthusiastic a little bit about George W., the younger Bush. I have not been excited like this since Reagan. And here's why. Please hear me on this. I used to listen to Reagan's campaign speeches. City on a hill. We're going to fight communism. We're going to make America great again. We're going to rebuild our military. I felt patriotic. I felt confident. The country was in double-digit inflation under Carter. Things were a mess. If Donald Trump pulls off half of what he is talking about, just half, he builds half a wall. He bans half of the Muslims from coming in for the time being, temporary ban, till we can figure out a way to vet refugees that are ISIS terrorists. If he does 50% of what he's hoping to do with China with trade deals, if he puts good judges on the Supreme Court and picks from that list, if he makes it more friendly, just 50% more friendly for gun owners. I mean, come on, people. He said he's the only candidate in this election cycle that said he wants to make it a criminal act to kill an unborn baby. Are you hearing that? When's the last time you heard a Republican candidate for president say that he wants to make it a criminal act to kill an unborn baby? And that, by the way, is the pro-life position. So I'm excited. I admit it, I'm excited. And my excitement is beyond what Trump stands for. There's the excitement of a twofer. You got Trump, let's say he wins the presidency, but beyond that, we get a twofer. We get to bring just a hammer down on the Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama political machine. And we get to bring a hammer down, not as big a hammer, but a hammer down on the Speaker, Paul Ryan, and the Senate Majority Leader, Mitch McConnell. In other words, the Republican establishment, and this is, my opinion, is studied, friends, all right? This is 20 years of political activism talking, or more. The Republican establishment has been a greater impediment, a greater problem to victory on pro-life, pro-family, conservative issues than have been the Democrats, because of what the Republicans have failed to do, and the treachery of the Republicans, and the times they betrayed us, and the times that they would not stand when they could stand. So with Trump winning the presidency, we get a twofer. We get to kneecap, politically speaking, the Democratic power structure, and we get to kneecap, politically speaking, the Republican power structure. After that, I'll have a Coke, Pepsi.